The purpose of the Un-convoluted Hierarchy Podcast is to help you better understand your work environment as I break down my own experiences as mid-level management of road construction. Greetings, navigators, and welcome back to the Un-convoluted Hierarchy Podcast, the Can You Relate series. I am your host, Kenny Rogers.
Come on, man. Sit the fuck down. Yeehaw!
In the Word Up segment of the show, we introduce new words or words hardly used in everyday speech to help you up your vocabulary. Word up. Compunction. Anxiety arising from awareness of guilt. Distress of mind over an anticipated action or result. Compunction comes from the Anglo-French compunction, from the Middle English Compungere, and from Latin Compungere, which means to prick hard or to sting. An old proverb states, "A guilty conscience needs no accuser." The medication for restoration is an admittance of guilt, while cognitive dissonance is only a placebo. The devil made me do it. What? I don't even know you, human. Sweet Jesus, why does everyone blame me for everything? Really outstanding people can be pigeonholed by others in positions of power. Sometimes when a person has an authoritative ranking, the position blinds them from seeing your worth and value. Notwithstanding, most of the time, they actually see you very well, and the pigeonholed is on purpose. They know they're in a higher ranking position because of nepotism. If allowed to shine, your brightness may illuminate the darkness of nepotism. Maybe it should have been you the whole time. Sometimes your position and level of authority poses no threat. What people at level or above you are intimidated by is your mind. Jealous-hearted, menacing, shallow-thinking people on the same team would rather make things difficult before they ever listened to your brilliant ideas. Have you ever found yourself allowing people to exercise their ego as they try to figure out very simple things that you can settle in an instant? But, oh no, if you say anything at all, they will kill it before you spill it. Conversely, if someone else offers advice as if it came from the mind of a child, everyone immediately agrees with the dumbest guidance you have ever heard. And that, my fellow navigators, can make you feel crazy. I've been in far too many scenarios where egotistical leaders would give you snake-bitten assignments they couldn't fix. This isn't a situation of trusting you. Believe me, they don't want you to make any headway with what they couldn't fix and what they don't want to deal with anymore. Your efforts will be secretly sabotaged every step of the way. If you are making positive progress, they will suddenly change up everything. Why? When you fail at the fixed like they did, now all the blame falls onto you. To bring you closer to what I was dealing with at the time, I'll play a clip from my audio-video diary. The middleman of the hierarchy. I tell you what, it is very difficult for the man in the middle in any organization whatsoever. People don't want responsibility. There are very few at the top of the hierarchy that don't mind making hard decisions. That's why they're there. That's why you're labeled boss or senior project engineer, or you're the president of and CEO of a company. You're there to make the hard decisions. There you have people in place, upper management, that are there to make hard decisions. I've witnessed it in quite a few different ways, different projects I've been on and different circumstances I've been on. And I've actually run my own business, actually a couple of my own businesses. Now, for those of you who are in mid-management, you're definitely going to understand where I'm coming from. You have to manage people under you. In my particular case, in the field that I am currently in, which is civil engineering, roadway construction inspection, construction management, I have guys that I have to manage. And middle management people, you have guys or women or whatever that you have to manage. And you have to not only just manage, but you have to motivate them. Sometimes it can work. Sometimes your motivation, if you happen to govern yourself that way, to motivate people into being able to feel great about doing their job and giving more of themselves, towards a particular assignment and getting things done. And I call it, the keep away. It is my job to keep problems out in the field or problems away from the person above me. That's my job. Now, whenever you have personnel under you that are very hard to mold and you can't get things done, and you find yourself working harder because they're there, and a person is supposed to make things easier for the group, not harder. But in this day and age, we find ourselves working extremely hard, although we have a full staff, because we have to manage the person's personality and the project at the same time. And moreover, we have to, manage the emotions of the people above us, because we are not getting the results that we desire, that we already worked so hard for. Whenever it gets to that point, you are not a failure, because there is upper management that is in place whenever you, being mid-management, need them. Okay, the only reason why you go and visit upper management when it pertains to personnel is because I've done what I can do. I don't take it for a joke. I wouldn't be coming to you if I did not need you. I wouldn't be coming to you because if you are a shallow thinker, being the upper management, then therefore you're going to think that I'm not doing my job or not trying hard enough. I don't want to talk to you about, I want to talk to you about the football game or what you did over the weekend. I don't want to talk to you about the guy that you put me in charge of, but I have to. So now, if I'm coming to you, I need your help. And I've had, scenarios, and maybe you have too, to where the top management, the top people go and they'll talk to the guys at the bottom, if you will, and that's not meant to be an insult. So the person under you, or people under you, they get talked to from the guys at the very freaking top. And the guys at the top can't even get results. The guys at the top are suffering the same thing you suffered for months or years with these people under you, and they can't get results. But it goes 360. You to your underlings, back to you to your superiors, the upper management, and then the upper management down to the people under you, and then suddenly it comes back to you again. Now upper management is talking to you and telling you what you should do, or no, what you're responsible for, which you were already assigned the responsibility, and you've already done what you can do. That's why you went to upper management, because it's like, hey, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do with this person. And now, instead of making the hard decisions, upper management comes right back to you and say, I'm going to make you more responsible. More responsible? No, my friend. Once I come to you, once the issue comes to you, and you can't even make a difference, don't make your problem my problem. I am allowed to make my problem that I cannot solve your problem. The buck stops with you. You have to make the hard decisions now. And that is what we find in this day and age that upper management cannot do and will not do. They'll just find a way to have the middleman take all the weight of the blame and reword things and make it more, and they'll even communicate amongst themselves how it's this person or that person in mid-management that can't seem to get these guys to come around, and then they want you to do more. Well, you need to go and visit with these guys in the field more. You need to go and do, look, man, why am I going to waste my time with something you couldn't even fix? Why am I going to waste my time with people who don't even know how to respect your authority? If you can't do it, and I've already tried, what are we doing here? And that's what upper management a lot of times don't seem to be able to comprehend. And it simply boils down to something I don't think they understand, is that they are responsible for making the hard decisions. And the middleman, like myself, I can't hire or fire. That is not my position. I just manage what you give me. And if I can't get them to do what I am required to make them do, then now this next step it comes up to you. Sure, you can have a talk with them, or you can trust me and understand, look, man, and understand my integrity. I tried. I've done everything. I have a guy that I work with that I really like. It's almost like good cop, bad cop. His name is Jason. Me, I'm the relaxed, laid back, good cop kind of guy. He's like the bad cop. Not a bad dude, but he can get aggressive, definitely more aggressive than me. But it's proper, because honestly, a lot of times it's necessary. It is necessary. And a lot of people get their feelings hurt by him. But never mind. Skip that. We have this good cop, bad cop scenario. And if we couldn't make it work with individuals, and now we're coming to you, you're the one that have to trust the integrity and the hierarchy, how it is set up, and just know, okay, if they're coming to me and saying they can't do anything with this guy, well, then we have to have them move on somewhere else. We have to give them like a written warning of like, look, man, shape up, listen to us, or do whatever you need to do to be able to fulfill your duties. If you can't, then you'll have to find somewhere else to be. And that's the conversation that they don't want to have. They will, in turn, let one or two people cause chaos for the entirety of the project or the entirety of the group members, versus plucking bad apples and throwing them away. Plucking bad apples and put them in another basket. And that's the hard thing that you have to do. Whenever I ran my own businesses, I did not have a problem in the world doing that. If you're causing issues with something that I am in charge of, and I'll give you a shot, I'll give you a chance, and if I can discern you're not going to change, I don't have time to babysit you. No hard feelings, but you're disrupting what I'm trying to achieve here. You need to move on. No hard feelings. Go find somewhere to where you're fit. Because I can't just keep giving out free money and making everybody else work hard. I can't do it. I can't do it because I care about people. If you're not happy here, not happy enough to do your job, not humble enough to actually listen to veterans, then go find some place else to be, to where you will be happy. Because I'm not happy with you here. because you're disrupting not only me, but the other guys that have to pick up the weight of what you can't do. And then that's my own, business and my own perception. I don't have a problem with it. I don't. What I have a problem with is when upper management make their problems my problem. I see straight through it. I see straight through it. Don't make your problems my problem. I'm not going to continue to function in lunacy by doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result. I've already done that. I'm not going to keep doing it. And I'm the type to where I'll back off. I'll back off. Oh, okay, you're going to keep me assigned to this guy? I'll do my job. But it's not like what it was before. It's not like I will invest more to try to make a difference, because I already know how this story ends. I'll do stuff and make sure things are squared away, but I'm not going to sit here and invest a whole lot of time and do whenever you get the same results. I'm not going to be sitting here exhausted, and feel some kind of way because now the problem recirculates back to you. No, you guys need to deal with that until you recognize that that problem became your problem. And now you're trying to make that problem my problem again. The buck stops with you. You make the hard decisions. You make the changes. You make the adjustments. Because you know what? I have.
Navigators. Sometimes we find ourselves adjusting and readjusting to satisfy colleagues. Sometimes we take on chaotic assignments everyone knows will never work out. And sometimes our leaders are very smart, but a million miles away from having wisdom. Because of their lack of wisdom, you're a little skittish of standing your ground to keep your peace. You already know they won't understand what you're trying to tell them. You will just come across as wrong, insubordinate, and just another problem. And sadly, when they finally come around to understanding what you've been saying the whole time, they show zero compunction. At this point, it is no longer about their ego and lack of understanding. It is about your ego and what you should better understand now. We are indeed responsible of what we say and how we say it, but we are not responsible for how people receive it. We have to fearlessly tell the truth of what we know and what we are willing to do. And yes, sometimes even when we know they will not understand. Using wisdom, you already know how certain scenarios are going to end. You just have to patiently watch the plot unfold as you keep your peace for what you already knew would happen. When you know you are right, what can they say? When they can no longer get a reaction out of you, they will leave you alone. So, keep your peace at all cost. I'm out of time, but here is a clip of what to expect in the next episode of the Un-convoluted Hierarchy Podcast. Certificates are a significant head start to expertise, yet a diploma of sorts only states a person has gained knowledge of a particular subject. Applying the knowledge of what was studied leads to expertise. It's easier to keep up with new episodes when you click the follow button and turn on notifications. Remember, fellow navigators, circumstances don't change. You do. See you next time.